think we're in a really interesting time right now with the crypto market. It's either crypto is dead or Bitcoin is going to go over 100,000 US dollars next year. So I wanted to just talk to you a little bit about the background of each of those sides and make up your own mind where crypto is going to go. So first of all, right now we are in a clear bear market, meaning the market is down, and it has been that way for over a year now. The market hasn't been moving much, it's just been going sideways, and so media outlets have been real quiet about crypto. We're just in this graveyard. There's a lot of dead projects, of course, which is so natural. It's part of the cycle and it's part of the adoption as well. So for those that understand the actual value of blockchain, why it's so important, why it's crucial, why we need it as a society to sort of free ourselves from these corrupt centralized systems, and that this technology is here to sort of come and save the day, you actually understand the fundamentals. And if you don't worry, but right now is the perfect time to get educated, to start learning about it. Why? Because if you're investing at the top, the market is up, prices are high, and you're coming in at that time, now what's going to happen? The most natural thing is a correction. So you're going to see the market recovering, going back down again. That's part of every market. And so it's going to feel like you're losing money if you're getting in at the top. So you want to get in when we're at the bottom, when it's low. That's kind of where we're at right now. We're about to enter into a new wave. So people that have been in crypto for a longer time, like I've been full-time since 2016, you've already experienced market cycles, you've experienced Bitcoin halving. And so this is actually a very important event that I'm going to explain to you in a second, because when people are saying, oh, Bitcoin's going to go to 100,000 next year, a lot of people say that, but they don't actually explain why they think that way. And I'm going to explain to you exactly why people are saying that. In order to understand that, we need to look at the history of Bitcoin. So this chart is actually something that I've been sharing with people heavily in 2017, and I still think it's really relevant. You can see right here that in the past, right, Bitcoin white paper came out in 2009, the first ever block was created and the first ever transaction happened. In 2010, right, the Bitcoin price was 0.06 cents. And from 2010 to 2011, the price increased by almost 50,000%. Price went up to 30 US dollars. So this is absolutely crazy. You know, this is back when no one really had heard of Bitcoin yet. Then the market went down 93%. Right? 93%. Everyone's like, oh my goodness, this is a scam. Obviously, like it went to $2. Like that, this is done. Bitcoin is done. But what happened was afterwards in 2013, market recovered and went up over 11,000%, and it went to 230 US dollars. And I actually remember this because I heard of Bitcoin in 2012-13. Didn't get into the market yet until like 2015. But this was a moment that I remember when it was like, oh my God, Bitcoin is trending over $100. Like that was absolutely insane. Then there was a recovery of 71%, went down back to 67 US dollars. And then, that cycle continued. So as you can see, the trend with Bitcoin historically has been that it goes up by a huge percentage and then it declines again. So oftentimes the media loves to report when the market goes down by close to 100%, but they don't like to report when it's up like 50,000%, right? So this is kind of where we've been at. Now, over the years, Bitcoin continued to go up. So as you can see here in 2020, we were around 10,000 US dollars, and then it just kept climbing, right? And we reached over 45,000 US dollars in 2022. Now the market went down again, and like I said, for the past almost like year and a half or so, the market has just been moving sideways, not much, up or down. But the trend that has been happening over the years, over a longer time period, needs to be taken into account, right? You can't just look at what happened in the last year, but you have to look at what happened since 2009, since the inception of Bitcoin. And so that's really important. Now, this is what I really want to talk to you about. This is about the Bitcoin halving. So it's important to understand why this price increase has happened in the past, and it has happened every 4 years. Why? Because there's something that has been ingrained into the Bitcoin contract, into the Bitcoin algorithm, so that every 4 years, the miners, meaning the people that have to put up all the computing power, the resources in order to validate transactions on the network, they get rewarded in form of cryptocurrency in form of Bitcoin. And in 2009, the amount of Bitcoin they would get, like that was created every 10 minutes, was 50. So 50 Bitcoins. And that number decreases every 4 years. So in 2012, we were at 25 Bitcoins. So half of the Bitcoins being mined. Now, keep in mind, the miners that are doing all the work, they are putting up their computing power, they are doing the same kind of work that they did in 2009. They still have to do the same work, but now they're getting rewarded less, half actually. And so now if they want to sell the Bitcoin on the open market, what do they have to do in order to justify their expenses? They have to increase the price, right? They have to set a higher price. And if the demand of Bitcoin keeps growing, then people will pay that price. And so that has been happening over and over. So in 2016 was another halving that I was a part of and I witnessed. That's exactly, when I went full time. And we were at 12.5 Bitcoins. In 2020, that was our third halving, and we were at 6.25 Bitcoins. And so the next round in 2024, we're going to have our next halving next year. And so people are predicting that the price is going to go up. I have another chart. So here you can see, in 2012, after the halving, we were at $12. And keep in mind, before that, Bitcoin was only worth cents. Like no one thought it was going to cross 10 US dollars. That was already crazy. Then 2016, we're above 600 US dollars. So the price increase is absolutely insane. And it happens a couple of months after the halving itself, the halving event. And third, halving also happened. And now the whole question is, right, what is going to happen next year? And with everything that is happening so far in the blockchain space, there's more institutions coming in, there's more adoption. So the adoption keeps increasing, the demand is there. And so naturally, the people that have been in this space, they believe that this upward trend is simply going to continue. So that was a really long sort of educational rant, but I hope for anyone who was interested in the Bitcoin halving, in understanding crypto, I was able to help you a little bit with that. And so if you're wondering when is the perfect time to get into crypto, right now is an amazing time before the next halving. If you have more questions, just leave me a comment and I'll be happy to give more free education and insight, share my knowledge from what I've learned over the past years of being in the crypto industry.